In this video, I'm going to show you how to blur backgrounds or people in Photoshop using a clean, professional workflow that gives you full control. If you've ever tried blurring a background and ended up with strange halos, glowing edges, or that blurry ghost effect around your subject, this method will help you avoid all of that. We'll use Photoshop's blur gallery and a simple layer setup to create a realistic depth of field look that works great for portraits, product photos, and any image where you want the subject to stand out. If this tutorial helps, make sure to hit like and subscribe for more Photoshop tips and editing tutorials. Let's jump in. First, open your image in Photoshop and look at your layers panel. The very first thing we want to do is duplicate the layer. On Windows, press Ctrl and J. On Mac, press Command and J. This creates two copies of the image so we can work non-destructively. Now rename the top layer subject and rename the bottom layer background. Naming your layers might seem like a small step, but it makes the workflow much easier to follow, especially when you're working with multiple edits. Next, hide the subject layer by clicking the eye icon next to it. We want to work only on the background layer first. Select the background layer because that is the layer we're going to blur and rebuild behind the subject. This part is very important. If you blur the image while the subject is still visible on that same layer, you can get color bleeding and that soft glowing outline around the person or object. That's what we're trying to prevent. Now go up to the select menu and choose subject. Photoshop will automatically detect the main person or object in your image and place a selection around it. You'll see the marching ants appear, and that means Photoshop has isolated your subject area. If the selection isn't perfect, don't worry too much for this method, because we mainly need a solid enough outline to protect the subject before blurring the background. With the subject still selected, press Shift and Backspace on Windows or Shift and Delete on some systems to open the Fill dialog box. On Mac, you may also use Shift and F5 depending on your version of Photoshop. In the Fill window, change the Contents option to Content Aware Fill, then click OK. Photoshop will analyze the surrounding pixels and fill in the subject area with nearby background details. This creates a clean background plate underneath your subject. Once the fill is complete, press Ctrl and D on Windows or Command and D on Mac to deselect. At this point, your background layer should look like a normal image without the subject visible. That means we're ready for the blur effect. Now go to the top menu and choose Filter, then Blur Gallery, then Field Blur. This opens Photoshop's Blur Gallery, which is perfect when you want more control than a simple Gaussian blur. Field Blur lets you place pins on different parts of the image and control how much blur each section gets. This is especially useful if you want the blur to change gradually across the photo. You'll notice a pin appears on the canvas. That pin controls the blur amount in that specific area. On the right side, you'll see the blur slider. Start by increasing the blur amount, for example around 30 pixels, depending on how soft you want the background to look. If you're editing a portrait, a higher blur value can create a really nice shallow depth of field effect. If you're editing a landscape or a product shot, you may want to use a lighter blur so the image still feels natural. Now here's the really powerful part. If you want part of the image to stay sharper while another area becomes more blurred, click somewhere else on the canvas to add another pin. For example, if the bottom of your image is the ground and you want it to stay in focus, add a second pin near the bottom and set that pin's blur amount to 0 pixels. Photoshop will blend the effect between the pins, creating a smooth transition from sharp to blurred. This gives you much more realistic results than applying one flat blur across the whole image. Take a moment to move the pins around and fine-tune the effect until it looks natural. You can make the blur stronger in the distance and softer near the foreground, or create a gradual fade that mimics real camera depth. That's why the Field Blur workflow is one of the best options when you want complete control over your background blur. Once you're happy with the look, click OK in the top options bar to apply the effect. Photoshop will process the blur and return you to the main workspace. Now go back to the Layers panel and turn the subject layer back on by clicking the eye icon again. Your subject should now appear perfectly sharp on top of the blurred background, and that's the key advantage of this workflow. Because the subject was separated before blurring, you avoid those ugly halos and ghosting effects. Instead, you get a clean, professional result that looks like it was shot with a high-end camera lens. This technique is great for portraits, social media graphics, thumbnails, and any image where you want the viewer's attention to stay on the subject. If you want the best results, zoom in and inspect the edges of your subject after revealing the top layer. If needed, you can refine the mask or selection for an even cleaner finish, but in many cases, this workflow is already enough to create a polished edit very quickly. The more you practice it, the faster it becomes, and the easier it is to create realistic depth and separation in your photos. If this Photoshop tutorial helped you, please hit the like button, subscribe for more editing tips, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next guide. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.